Everybody's asking about the status of the new iPad here in Japan. And we've got the update here in the MetPod Radio and Video Report on 76.1 Inter FM. We're talking with Metropolis Magazine assistant editor Sarah Cortina about the iPad. Is it now available here in Japan?
It is not yet. In Japan and the rest of the major world markets is going to be getting, there's two versions of the iPad. There's the wireless version, and then there's the 3G enabled version. That is the one that runs like the iPhone off of different cell phone networks. And Japan is set to get both of those at the end of April. Sometime near the end of April, those are going to go on sale.
Now, will they be available from all various phone carriers, or do we have to go to SoftBank again?
Well, see, now that's the question. Who is it going to be? Which cell phone carrier is going to be offering the iPad? Because it has not been decided yet. And of course, since, like you said, SoftBank has the iPhone,
right.
So, a lot of people might just assume that they're going to automatically get the iPad as well, but that's not necessarily the case.
Oh, so it has not been decided for Japan
It has not been decided
yet.
Rumor has it that Docomo is also seriously angling to get the iPad as part of their carrier, and the president of Docomo has been kind of making several trips over to the States trying to cozy up to Steve Jobs and see if maybe Docomo can't get that contract. And then, we've kind of been wondering, what do the Japanese people think?
And what do they say?
The carrier. And GetNews.jp, which is an online news site, reports that in a recent online survey of 3,000 people, actually 40.4% were really said that they hoped that Docomo would actually get the contract for the iPad.
Now, wait a minute. Who made this survey? Was it Docomo?
No, this was, because Docomo, people are attracted to SoftBank because it's cheap. It is arguably the cheapest of, all of the cell phone carriers, but
Right.
Docomo actually has the most users.
That's what we've heard.
So that makes sense that, people, if they're going to want the iPad, they're going to want it to come to the service that they're already on. And since Docomo does have the majority of people with it.
Now, with an iPad, will you be able to download books, Japanese books written in Japanese or magazines?
That depends. It depends on contracts with the individual publishers, and I believe Apple is still kind of working on getting permission for that. But as we've talked about before, Japanese publishers are notoriously wary when it comes to digital books, and so we have to see how many of them are going to be getting on board with that.
All right, Sarah Cortina, assistant editor for Metropolis Magazine, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And to hear more about what's happening in the world of multimedia, check our podcast. It's called
The MetPod.
The Tokyo MetPod.
The Tokyo MetPod. It's all about life in Tokyo at www.metpod.com.
Come get some of this.
And join us every morning for the MetPod Radio Report. I'm Kamasami Kong on 76.1
Come get some of this.
Inter FM.